Once in a Lifetime is our go-to. Who sings that?
I'll start singing it. Maybe I'll be able to tell you.
No.
Oh, I almost got him, everybody. I almost got him.
This is the problem, is I know one line of it, and it's, once in a lifetime. And then that's it. You know that song?
No.
I'll show it to you after.
I was thinking maybe you were going like, once in a lifetime.
No, never.
What's up, everybody? Welcome on into the Big Access Podcast, where today we are going to be talking to you all about ProdataKey's latest enhancement to the ProdataKey app, which is Credential Self-Help. And who better to be here with us today to talk about this awesome feature than Marshall Burton, our Regional Sales Director for the Mountain West Territory. Marshall, dude, thanks for coming in to the office for once and sitting in with us.
Listen, I do cover quite a large territory.
So you
do. It does make it hard to come into the office all the time.
I just miss seeing you here.
I do too.
I miss somebody humbling my brother on when we're playing ping pong. His level of arrogance is just getting way too high.
I didn't realize how fast you can lose a skill if you don't practice.
Yeah.
And I've definitely lost a step. So I'll be getting back. Ping pong is... I'll make a resurgence. Let's put it that way.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I'll be back on top.
I definitely hear you. You know, I've been so busy lately with getting everything ready for ISC, and then we're doing more hiring in the marketing department. It's made it so that I don't have any time to play ping pong at all. I am losing left and right now.
Yeah.
So we have this whole big tournament that we have been doing throughout the office where we have different leagues and there's relegation. For the first time ever, I got relegated, man.
Ooh.
I know. I got relegated. And Jordan behind the camera, he's the one who's going up. I am so upset because Jordan's first day at the office, he was like, hey, you want to play ping pong? Dude, I destroyed him. Yeah. I kicked his trash. But now it's been forever since I've beaten Jordan.
Well, this is the first time that I haven't been the number one seed since I've been here.
Shout out to Tim Baker, number one seed for the first time
I think I'm
ever.
Fourth now. So yeah, we're gonna have to practice.
Dude, does that mean that you got relegated?
I don't think so. Because I think there's 5 or 6, and the bottom 2 drop down.
The bottom 2 will drop down, and then the top 2 will come up. So it's fun. And then we seed out a whole March Madness bracket and everything too, and have some fun that way. I
typically win. It's awesome, but
this is Marshall. He's one of our humble RSDs. But that's not why we're here today.
That's right.
We're here today to talk more about ProdataKey and what happens with mobile credentials, right? There has been this big surge of mobile credential popularity where everybody's just looking to use their cell phones as a credential to gain access to their facilities, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a couple of different ways that people are comfortable doing this. I mean, and we have different options for it. I mean, there's the present to open where you can hold your phone right up to it and it uses the Bluetooth communications. Mm-hmm. There's also the capability to have it be, if you're using our Touch IO readers, with the wave your hand in front of it while the phone is in a pocket or in a backpack.
Yep.
And then there's the third way as well, which is our mobile app credential, where you can go ahead and open up the mobile app itself, go and find the doors that you've been given permissions to, and you can hit unlock right on your app and it will unlock the door. So lots of capabilities there, and every install is unique, right? Every install has different needs and different wants there, and so we see a good split between those 3 different types of mobile credentials. But there's definitely an issue that we've seen out there with mobile credentials, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so Marshall today is going to talk to us about how we can help solve that issue. This isn't necessarily, we talk a lot about how we listen to partners and that we are very, our partners, they like to help us choose our roadmap. Mm-hmm. But this is actually a different type of scenario. This wasn't actually something that ever was even requested by a partner. Mm-hmm. This is something that came about just because we noticed something on the back end on all the requests that were coming in from the end users themselves. And so we created this. And then as soon as we unveiled it at ISC, everybody's like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
That'd be great.
That's
exactly right.
It's definitely, so it's kind of different. But Marshall, why don't you go ahead and introduce what Credential Self-Help is?
That's awesome. So, what Credential Self-Help is it is the ability for the individual end user that is using the system solely, meaning using the app solely as a credential, right? It is their ability to request a new credential if that credential were to be lost for a couple of reasons, right? The first would be, and probably most common, is a broken, damaged phone, right?
It happens.
Yeah, somebody dropped it in a toilet.
Anybody ever lost at ping pong? You're going to throw it against the wall.
That's never me, but that happens. So if your phone's broken, if you end up renewing your phone, right? When is it? Apple comes out with a new phone every year.
Yeah.
Whatever month that is when we actually saw a large increase of that coming up.
Like
right?
October, right? Suddenly everybody was requesting, hey, I need new credentials.
Yeah, right. We need new credentials from that. But what that enables them to do is then download the app, go to the credential self-help portion, put in the email address that they originally had the credential sent to, and then they can refresh that credential to the new phone.
Yeah.
Which is a really, really nice feature, especially, in those locations that have a lot of tenants, multifamilies, schools, things like that. I'm seeing a lot in schools, actually. I had a meeting just yesterday with an IT director, and when I walked through the credential self-help with him, he was ecstatic because a lot of his time is spent reissuing physical credentials for people, right? Because we're just bringing PDK on board, and the idea of mobile credentials is great, and then them being able to control that and get their own downloaded back on if anything were to happen is huge. Yeah. And it's just funny to me because this whole entire time we made, or in general, right, mobile credentials are made to be more convenient than physical, right? Nobody loses their phone, and at least not near as often as somebody with a physical credential. So we made life easier that way, and then out of nowhere, we made life even easier with credential self-help. How lazy can you get? Let us find out.
Dude, I like it. There's actually PDK's new tagline and slogan. How lazy can you get?
Yeah, that's right.
We'll help you get there. So, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you brought up something that I think is very important, that you were talking about that IT director, where he won't have to spend all of his time reissuing credentials, right? Already he's, feeling stressed that he has to do it with physical credentials, but with mobile credentials, if somebody were to upgrade their phone, then they don't even need to worry about it, right? They can just go ahead and pull up their app. And the second that they download the ProdataKey app on their new phone, it will take them right to a screen that says, does something seem to be missing? And then it'll be like, hey, I used to have credentials, now they're not here. Click the button. You enter in the email address that you had them sent to, and it's going to automatically reissue them without ever even having to go to the system administrator. And that's going to simplify everything for everybody. And for you guys as the installer, now if you're not going to have your end user reaching out to you more and more and more, that's just another way that you can go ahead and devote your time to being more proactive and boosting your business. So, simplicity, right? That's what it's all about.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. So the Credential Self-Help, that is available on the most recent version of the ProdataKey app.
Yep.
It's version 2.3. So that's what you need to make sure that you have. Also, it's very important to make sure that this is enabled on your customers' accounts. This is a feature that will be automatically enabled going forward in the future on accounts, but for all of the systems that have previously been installed, this is something that you need to make sure that you go back and retroactively add in there. So you can go right into the Cloud Node settings and go ahead and say, hey, we need the Credential Self-Help or the Credential Self-Help. Just check that box. That's all it is. If you're using mobile credentials, it's just a checkbox. And then you can go ahead and say this is the number of times that we want the system to allow reissuing a mobile credential. Super simple and easy.
Very easy.
Out there, ready for you. So go ahead and make sure that you put that out there. Talk to your customers about this feature because they're gonna love it. Simple enough, right?
Yeah, it is.
Dude, is there anything else about this that we need to talk about? I mean, that was so
That's how all of PDK
short and
is,
simple.
Though. That's the thing. That's how PDK is all the time. You get through the user interface in 2 seconds. You're like, wait, should we talk about anything else? It's that easy. There's nothing else to talk about.
Okay. Well, then, if there's nothing else to talk about, we're going to let you guys go ahead and get back on with the rest of your day. But if you haven't already done so, be sure to leave this podcast a 5-star rating. Make sure you subscribe to it as well. Duh. Every week we are dropping new information. We're going to be having a bunch of interviews with other partners who are out there doing installations, what they're seeing is going on in the industry. We're going to be talking about PDK products. We're going to be talking about just other access control related items and products that help make access control easier and more convenient for you guys as installers. So be sure to subscribe, leave it a 5-star rating, and then also reach out to us and let us know if there's anything in particular that you're looking to learn. But with that being said, you guys go and have a great rest of your day. Me and Marshall